All right. Hello, family. We are live. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
We have a reporter live in the field, but we're waiting for them to get in position. So we will get started with what we learned about deep diving the Wizard of Oz. So, what the history, just a little bit of history here. It was written by L. Frank Baum. And I believe it came out in 1873, which is interesting story because there's a gold silver aspect to this, and it happened right after our constitution was sold back to the crown and they created the corrupt one. So how about that? Because Oz is actually supposedly abbreviation for ounce because it's about silver and gold. All right. And then the movie was released a couple of weeks right after World War II started.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then silver was demonetized. They kind of killed it off the market because that's what farmers were using.
Right, even the gold standard too, I think.
Yeah. So, did you get that the scarecrow kind of represented the farmer or the straw man, so to speak, the worker?
I got Scarecrow represented troubles facing Midwest farmers. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like the straw man of, where it's on the backs of the farmers, especially the Midwest farmers. The reporter says she doesn't have a link. Yes, you do. It's in your email. Okay. I will resend it.
Is she at the library?
I don't know. Hopefully she may be driving with her bare feet and then just.
Lord, we're in trouble.
All right. I will go send her a link. You want to talk about anything that you discovered with the Oz?
Okay. The flying monkeys.
Monkeys?
They were apparently representing the Native Americans. And he was, well, I can't say that he was totally aligned with the Native Americans, but he did know about Wounded Knee was then the only way to protect the European civilization in America is what he was all about.
Oh.
But he had the plight of the Native American and Asian laborers as well, represented by the flying monkeys. Now, why he came up with monkeys, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Then there's the Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Gold
Now,
Rush.
did you get that the monkeys were more of the Wicked Witch's slaves, so to speak?
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
In the movie, I'm sure they were in the book. I haven't read the book.
The book is quite dark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I have resent the link, so hopefully the reporter will get it. Oh, the reporter. This just in. Beep, 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 beep. Live from in the field, we have a reporter.
Sorry, guys.
The light.
Where could you be? You're in Oz? Is that where you traveled from?
Pay no attention to the people behind me. No, but yeah, the monkeys carried me off to the Tucky.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice drive. I heard you guys wanting to talk about it, and I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay. We were waiting for you were just reporting from the field, so we gave you a chance to get in and get set up. So
I am in the field. I was in the field.
We understand that the feet were doing the driving.
Yes,
yeah.
They were both of them. Did the Flintstone car. All right, guys, I'm ready to go.
Okay, well we're done. So this was kind of your baby. I don't know if you heard any of how we opened it up. So I just kind of gave a history of the author who wrote the book around the time. And then Oz kind of stands for ounce because it's about silver and gold.
Yeah. I'm wishful thinking on my way here as my name as.
Oh, okay. Well, King thinks he's cowardly lion, and I don't buy it. So
Oh, come on.
put him
Well,
up.
just say put him up. Put him up.
Put 'em up.
Well, I mean, all I heard was something with monkeys, but I couldn't figure out who. What did the monkeys represent? Did you guys go through?
Native Americans and the Asians, laborers.
Really? Oh, they okay. Weren't they? Weren't they the Congress, like to follow what the higher people told them to do? Like they were the Congress people?
Well,
That
I can
could
see
be.
where you get that because Congress
Yeah.
is what, a bunch of baboons?
Yep.
Yeah.
So who else did you guys say?
Something about Nadia, but I don't know.
I did
Scarecrow.
mention, yeah, scarecrow. I mentioned as a representation of the labor of the farmers or the straw man who they make their money off of, so to speak. Because if you dig a little deeper, the straw man is the dead entity that they created with this maritime law.
Yeah, well, I found a thing called from TEDx.
Yeah,
TED Ed. Did you see that one? It
yeah.
says, "Does the Wizard of Oz have hidden messages?"
Mm-hmm. I
And
did see that one.
that was pretty interesting. I also saw something else that said that Dorothy's life was turned upside down by powerful forces.
Mm-hmm.
That's what started. But her real name, did you get her real name, was Mary Elizabeth Lease?
I got the things that you sent me, so I didn't get into tying
Okay.
it all into her, but it's a quite interesting, the quotes that she has.
Well, I did a couple of deep dives on this one, and one of them is how we've got it towards the ounce, the silver, the gold, and then we were also looking. I was also looking at the dark side of the whole behind the scenes.
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
yeah, I wrote a lot of those. They even said that there was a hanging Munchkin.
Yes, in the original. Now, when they remastered it, they took that out.
Well, that's what they said, but there was a video that showed it.
Yeah, and I saw that, and it's when they were skipping off and all singing together. So they were leaving Dorothy's house that had fallen in Oz, and then they started singing, "We're off to see the wizard." And if you look in the back of the dark forest, they were trying to pass it off as like a bird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not a bird. Someone's swinging from a rope. So, yeah.
That was kind of funny. But if you look at their lives after that, it was not good.
No, well, just filming it alone, the lady who played the Wicked Witch, she was severely burned.
Margaret. Well, not just her. They got a stunt double because when she came back, she said, "I will come back on a condition of not being near fire or fire." So they had a stunt double. What was her name? And she got injured also. The broom that she was on somehow exploded, and she got injured. And they don't care. They
didn't care.
And the reason why Margaret did not, her name was Margaret Hamilton. The reason why she did not sue them was she knew she would never get a job.
She'd never work again. Yeah. The original one that was going to play the Tin Man got severely sick from the aluminum that they had put all over his face. He had ingested it.
Yeah, that's Buddy Epson.
Yeah.
From,
and so, yeah, Paul Clampett, or Jed. Yeah, so he ended up not doing it, but even the guy that did eventually play him got sick as well because they used this thick paste, but the aluminum was still in it. And they thought, well, that'll help keep him from breathing it in. No, because it just seeps into the skin. And then I think one of the most famous things is the people that got sick from the field of flowers when asbestos.
Yeah, the asbestos.
I mean, my goodness.
I know. Let's be creative. Let's get some more poisonous stuff out here.
Yeah.
It's not just the opium field that killed them.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Margaret Hamilton. When she got the burns, nobody even sent her home with, help.
No, she had to call a friend.
She had to call a friend, and the green on her hands could not come off. They had to use acetone on a burn to take that off.
Ow.
And then they said, "Hey, we can use green gloves." You should have used green gloves first.
Yeah.
So that, and then it took the Tin Man. Was it the Tin Man?
It took him 6 weeks to recover.
Well,
This one, Buddy was doing it after 6 weeks.
Yeah, he was fired because it was too long for him to recover.
Yeah.
So they just fired him.
You're fired.
You're fired. So Jack Haley had that. But on her green makeup, it was copper-based paint, which was also toxic.
Yeah.
And she had to eat liquids with a straw, so she couldn't inhale some of this paint.
Yeah.
But there's something about her that she didn't have too many roles after that, and they didn't make enough money from The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
However, she had 2 homes, one in Manhattan,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a divorced mom, by the way. She had 1 child, but one in Manhattan, and the other one was in Cape Island, Southport, Maine.
Mm.
And everything they said on this was she loved children.
Yeah.
Was a teacher. She loved children. So I found it funny that they barely made money, but yet she can have 2 places, one in Manhattan and one in Maine. So
she could have gotten all that money from previous roles that she
royalties.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would just like to know if we can do a dive on her, if there was anything funny in
I didn't bring my swimsuit.
Island. Well,
The skinny dipping. It's Friday. It's all right.
Friday, yeah. And also Bert Lahr, the lion.
Mm-hmm.
He had to actually have a lion's skin that he had to wear that was 90 pounds.
It weighed 90 pounds. It added to him. He was sweating so bad that they had workers dry out the suit every evening just for him to sweat in it the next day.
Yeah, and he was not allowed to go eat because they needed to put his makeup on or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the question?
Was she connected to Darkies? I don't know how to say it.
Okay, I got it. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She just had too much. Well, they were saying, okay, let's see. Dorothy got paid $500. What's Judy Garland? $500 a week.
Wow.
The guys got paid like $3,000 a week.
Mm.
The dog got paid $125 a week.
Wow.
Talk about inequality.
And the munchkin, $50, half off.
Half off the dog?
Okay. Her strong maternal instinct was real. She did love children.
Yes.
The problem is she knew that she wasn't going to make it anywhere. So she fought with the higher ups in the business. They were going to leave her out. You cannot participate. You can't, because that Eyes Wide Shut group has been around for a long time. So it's like, you'll never work here again unless you do this, and this. Eventually, so she was aware of it. I don't think that she was heavily into it. Because eventually she changed her ways. There's the wheel, and then got emotionally. She just had to leave the business altogether because it was just too much for her to handle.
Yeah, they said she was the only one who was actually talking to Judy Garland. Because everybody else said hands,
And they were.
Go ahead.
They were hard on Judy Garland because originally they wanted Shirley Temple to have the role, but Shirley Temple didn't have the vocal range that they needed for the songs. So Judy was 16, and they said that she was too heavy.
Yeah.
And so she had to lose 12 pounds. And even I think it was the director who called her my little hunchback
Yes.
or my fat little pig or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
like, these people were brutal.
they were brutal. Even the mom. The
Yeah.
mom took her amphetamines and donors.
Yep. They
Just,
kept her. She could have coffee and chicken broth or chicken soup, and then they kept her doped up on pills, and that was it.
And she had to wear a corset just to be bound
Yep.
to look like a young girl. His name was Louis B. Mayer. That's who called her hunchback.
Yeah.
And he said, just give her chicken soup, coffee, and cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, wow. Okay.
Also, not only that, she was also harassed by the Munchkins. And one of the ones said he wanted to go out with her, and that's when she said she can't, her mom. And that's the one who committed suicide because they all laughed at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Now that you
overall,
brought us down,
Now we
Well-
got to get it up.
the overall theory that I came to is a representation of like Washington D.C.
government.
and the government, and then the poor innocence of the people, and then the monetary difference of their control. I mean, it's like follow the money, follow the yellow brick road.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it all leads back to Washington.
Well, that's the Emerald. I sent you that picture that says that was Washington, D.C. But
Yeah.
I want to put one thing on the side note before we go on following the money. The
Okay.
person who wrote The Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum,
Mm-hmm.
lived in Chicago. He's a Chicagoan. But after he passed away and they bought the rights to this to make the movie, what was he? The fortune teller who became the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, that's how everyone was portrayed as someone. So the wizard was actually the mystery fortune teller alongside the road where Dorothy was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is, in order to get the costume, they went to a Salvation Army
Mm-hmm.
to get his jacket. Well, the inscription inside said L. Frank Baum.
Hmm.
So they went to the widow, and she verified that was his coat.
Wow, that gives me chills.
Well, that's
I don't
meant for
think that's very funny.
who's not funny. No, it's chills. It's amazing. It was meant to.
Yeah, that's alignment for you that everything was meant to happen.
Yeah, and he also wrote 14 books of Oz. They all had different stories. This story of Oz was going on and on for him.
Yes.
And then the movie The Wiz. I told you I would go and see if I could deep dive on The Wiz.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they did wear the silver slippers. They didn't go.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So,
ooh, a Vippy. Ooh.
okay. So now that we're going to get into the shoes, originally the slippers, of course, in the book, they were silver.
Yes.
And then they were switched to the ruby red. Now, if you've been under a rock, you probably don't know, but we all know the mystery red shoes. So I want to ask the person that changed it to the red shoes, was they part of that group?
The Red Shoe Group. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know who the Red Shoe is, can somebody type it in if anybody says, what does the red shoe mean?
Yeah. Do you know that originally the Dorothy was supposed to be blonde hair, blue eyes?
Yes.
But they changed it because it came out right at World War II, and they didn't want a blonde hair, blue eyed girl to portray it because Hitler wanted that Aryan race of blonde hair, blue eyes, so they changed it at the last minute.
Yep.
Lost my train of thought now.
Uh-oh.
It's a train.
You changed it from the guy that changed it from silver to red. What?
Is there a meaning of the red shoe? Is there a nefarious meaning for the red shoe?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a yes.
Yes, part of that family. Absolutely. Um, there's a lot of money invested here, and this is their drip drop, how they put little hints out there. I'm going to show you where, because they were funding this film. Okay. So you have the strength card, and she's got this triangle. Remember the Illuminati triangle? It's interesting that I'm using this deck. Miss Judy Garland was a part of it.
Yeah, she was also a victim.
Her and Toto.
Yeah. Oh, and your dog too.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a huge confirmation.
I'm sure she was abused even on the show. I'm sure.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to know, when she got older and she had Liza became a spokesperson with Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin, and she was well aware of what was going on. I think that Judy informed Liza, if you're going to get into this business, this is what's going to happen.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay, so do you think Judy's mother was also part of it? Because if you know what's going on and you're putting your child through it,
Yeah.
was it money that she was receiving, or was she part of this group?
Yeah, because she may have been groomed by her own mother.
Yeah, I get a strong yes to that. She was on the dark side.
And she, Judy had two other sisters too.
Mm.
They weren't munchkins.
No, they were taller. Kathy wrote, "Why were the flying monkeys so horrific?" I don't remember getting scared from the flying monkeys.
I did. They were creepy.
I think maybe the movie was.
Yeah, her mother was involved. This was all strategy to put Judy in the business. This is one of her options. It's like, if you want her to become famous, you're gonna have to give her to us, basically. So yeah, her mother did not have a good past. There's your thief and liar.
Okay.
And she used and abused Judy.
Yeah, so I believe her mother was also in the vaudeville.
No wonder she was an alcoholic as she grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, back to the financial aspect of this movie.
Yes.
And it's interesting that we're doing, Spirit always leads us to do the timing of these and what subject we're doing. I find it interesting, always, when I was growing up, that they showed The Wizard of Oz around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to know, here's another Vippy.
No, I think I left mine at home. I must have left mine here.
Start the heart.
I was driving. She stole it from me. Okay, go.
Yeah. Do they show this around Thanksgiving as an incentive to let people know you should be thankful for what you have? It's like a reminder the government's in control. I will always be in control. Be thankful. Is there a hidden meaning there why they show it around Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Well, you're amazing, because I did never even put two and two together. That. Okay, is there a special? Got it.
I just always remember for Thanksgiving week when we had off from school, it was always something to look forward to. Of course, I grew up with just 3 channels. So it was something we look forward to every year because you got to see it once a year and that was it. Wow, this is a strong yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Lots of messages in here. Queen of Swords. So they're putting it out there. That the deep state, because there's your Hierophant, is in control. You better be thankful.
You would like it.
Basically for our breadcrumbs. But we would have never. Oh, look, the base card. Yeah, be happy. Somewhere over the rainbow. Their little slaves should have gratitude. Yeah. I don't know why I put the 2 and 2 together, but it just made me wonder.
It's still all based around government, isn't it?
It is.
Be thankful for.
And
Can
it's
I borrow the Vippy, though?
Huh?
Can I borrow your Vippy?
Yes. Do you want the gold or the black?
Let me have the black one. That's fine.
Okay.
I want the green.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Was Judy also? I don't know if it was post-traumatic stress or is she MK Ultra, because when she's performing somewhere over the rainbow, that's what came out. She's in a different world.
I think that she got high. I mean, look at the poppy fields that they used. And if you think about it, the government has always raped and grown poppy fields. Look what they did in Afghanistan. I think she was high.
Yeah, I know. I looked at her. I watched her, and she does perform that song quite often. But it's a whole different Judy Garland. And it's not happy. It's like a soulless person.
Yeah, I can't imagine her childhood.
Yeah. Well, all of them, the Little Rascals.
Yeah, and she was such a beautiful girl.
Yeah, I know.
Froggy was my favorite.
Froggy.
Darla!
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should look into the Little Rascals.
Oh, my God.
Interesting. They were constantly drugging her. This is constantly giving her substances. She spoke out against it and tried to stand up to herself, but she couldn't. Yeah, this was one of those things. You will do this and you will be happy. It's a control thing. This is drugs.
Yeah, she has
Now that would be interesting, Caroline.
It was supposed to happen, but I didn't make it in time.
Oh dear. Okay, that's interesting. They said, I want you to pull 3 cards and then I'll tell you what it means. Okay. So this is Judy Garland and the actions that she wanted to take. That was a representation of the hanging munchkin. That was her. That's what she wanted to do to herself.
Yeah.
Suicidal for the way she was treated. Wow.
Yeah. What was the third card? I saw 2.
It was strength, the Ace of Wands. That's the action she wanted to take.
And then the hanging man.
And then the hangman. Remember the hanging figure that was in the background?
Yeah, but I don't think she was able to, because they constantly monitored her.
Yeah,
like
but
they said they would.
Yeah, but it's symbolic for the way she felt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So sad. I mean, look at Shirley Temple. I'm sure she is not all with it too.
Yeah.
Mickey Rooney, all of them. Mickey Rooney is actually really dark, I believe.
Oh yeah, real dark.
Okay.
I don't know about Shirley Temple though. I don't know if she was dark or not.
Well, she was also. I mean, it was funny that she became a ambassador to I forgot what country she was. Do you guys know? Let me check what she was an ambassador to what country, because that will say something. Ambassador to who?
Yeah, she was dark.
The redheaded stepchild's in here. JoJo McWill, that's funny. Oh man, I loved Hickey Rooney.
Thank you, Rooney.
She was ambassador of Ghana.
Oh wow, interesting.
Did you do a deep dive on Ghana yet,
I
John?
haven't done it yet.
Idi Amin country?
Yeah,
Idi Amin Dada?
Ghana. Interesting.
Caroline, no, it was not that windy here. I know there it was windy in a lot of places, but not where I am at. Oh, you got some starring to do.
All right, and then let's go into a spiritual view, and then we can go real quick into the money view. Spiritual view of Wizard of Oz. They also broke it down in that. So Dorothy is you and your journey. The Scarecrow is the brain, having you guys move to a higher consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
The Tin Man, the heart, more self-love. The Lion, courage, confident, the root chakra. And the home is within you. So there's no place like home is. You have to be comfortable within yourself. Nobody's going to save you but you.
True, but it could also mean going back home in a heavenly sense. And our true home is with our Creator.
Yeah. That's true. That could happen too. Ooh.
Okay, I think I've got them all starred. They may be totally out of order, but I think I got them.
Judge wrote, oh snap, spell check. No, we like Hickey Rooney. I think it made perfect sense.
Hey, Hickey Rooney, that works.
It works better actually. All right, so we're gonna go to the gold, the Washington.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to bring up these photos. And Julesies, I did get your email and your pictures, and I've got them ready to go when we do your question, okay? So I'm going to start. Do you want to start with the Washington, D.C.? Well, I don't want to do them out of order. Let's see. Where do you want to start? The quotes from Mary Elizabeth?
Yeah. Mary Elizabeth Lease. I love her name is Lease.
Mary Elizabeth, well, my grandma's name. All right. Let's see. Okay, so this is a quote. Wall Street owns the country. It is no longer a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, but a government of Wall Street, by Wall Street, and for Wall Street. Very, very true.
And that was in 1700.
Mm-hmm.
98, I think. Yeah, that's amazing that she was a voice for it.
Yeah.
Yes. And she had other things. Every time they came up with another reason why they have to, the reason why they said that was when the farmers had good surplus, the banks would say deflation. We have to pay you less
because of overproduction.
Overproduction, yeah. And I believe that's what they did with tequila. In order to make it cheaper or pay the farmers cheaper, they said there was a shortage of tequila. Or you remember when they said there was a shortage of avocados? So they want people to overproduce it in order to pay them less.
Yep. All right, let me bring up this.
Do we want to pause?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pause. See if was this the other one? Overproduction.
There you go.
When 10,000 little children starve to death every year in the United States, and over 100,000 shop girls in New York are forced to sell their virtue for their bread, their, I won't say that word, wages deny them. Wow. Let's see. What else did she say?
The next one too.
They're out of order, but that's all right. We
No.
want money, land, and transportation. We want the abolition of the national banks, and we want the power to make loans direct from the government. We want the foreclosure system wiped out.
Yeah, no, it is in order.
Okay. Very true. And that's where we're at now. It's finally happening.
So they had a farmers unite, and then if you go by the Wizard of Oz, you had the Tin Men, where the industrial workers, they tried to dehumanize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, factory workers, yeah.
And I think the next picture that you have talks about how they charge 20% interest fees for farmers.
There's more?
That's not that one. Hold on.
No, it's not that one.
You just do the film reels in school. You don't do that. And you put the wrong one on, I remember.
I know.
Well, let's just say
I have that experience.
back then, we'll just say back then, they gave interest rates to the farmers and taxed them too, just so they couldn't survive on their own product.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone wants to deep dive the history of Nasara, that the farmers are the ones who started it.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones that declared, we're doing all the work and putting all, providing everything. We want to be in control. You owe us, because then they started doing, look how bad the death tax is now, and the taxes on farms, and how they just foreclose because they control the monetary system. But this, if you see this little character here, that's how we get the scarecrow.
Yeah.
God, if he only had a brain.
Yeah, well, that's also a representation of how they look at the people. Is that they're just dumb farmers. They're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sad.
And the Tin Man would be the government, I would assume.
Well, Lee says it's him. He said,
well, we all know Lee doesn't.
Oh,
he says I could use some oil for my joints. That's true.
Well, you should use some joints for the oil. No, I'm kidding. The Tin Man actually is the industrial workers. So they dehumanize them by making them work so many hours a day.
Yes.
And then what they would do is they would cut their wages by 10%, then cut it again, and then cut it again. So they didn't know how to feed their family.
And then tax them to death on top of that.
And then tax them to death on top of that.
And tax them to death on top of that.
Well, they probably had death tax too. But this is from like Baltimore B&O Railroad.
Yeah.
So when the farmers and when the Scarecrow and the Tin Man got together, they scared all these monopoly corporations.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the militiamen to come and shoot them, but they knew them. So they said, we're not shooting them. They're our friends,
Yeah.
So that's when he went to the President Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
And they ordered the army to come and shoot them.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to stop all this corporation. So you can go ahead and see what else you have next. I think this one don't go B&O.
And the Cowardly Lion represents?
They said bravery.
It was the only one that I noticed was based on a person and not on government.
Well, I kind of got the feeling that the Cowardly Lion is braver than you realize if the people just get together and unite and go up against, but they are too afraid to face these big governments.
Yeah, because if they were found out, they would be fired, and then they wouldn't be able to get another job for their family.
Yeah.
Munchkins represented the common people.
Yeah.
oppressed by the wicked witch of the East, which were banks and monopoly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the-
When your GDP goes up, your prices are down. I mean, it's the more you produce. It's just like our oil production here on the land. When you have good reserves and you're not buying it from overseas, your oil prices stay down. This is really common sense. I know that that's a superpower, but this is why, like modern day Trump is a good man to be in there. He's a businessman. He knows if you just put more money, stop taxing the people to death, put more money back in their pocket, they'll spend it, put it back out, resources into the system, and the GDP and everything grows, and prices stay down.
I don't understand how they can even think of let's keep inflating the prices, even though we have a surplus. And then bird flu comes, so they have to kill all that surplus.
Yeah.
Mad cow comes, you have to kill the milk surplus.
Yeah.
It's like they plan these so people struggle.
If you control the food, you control the people.
Yeah.
And putting all of the restrictions on farmers, they can't grow. They don't look how bad they hate people that live off grid.
Oh yeah.
They cannot say, like, you can't catch rainwater. I grew up that way. We use rainwater. You grew your own crops, raised your own animals, and the government didn't put their hand in it. It's just really just the last 30 or 40 years, it's gotten really bad.
So the Golden Road, follow the yellow brick road towards a city whose rulers' powers built on illusions. So like you said, the road leads to.
It's like follow the money.
Yeah, follow the money, exactly.
It'll lead you right back to DC every time.
The People's Movement, that's where they had the farmers and the laborers, was from 1877 to 1896.
Yeah.
But then when they got the army involved, everybody just.
Well, we have to remember that in 1871, that's when they sold our Constitution. I mean, we got sold back to the Crown for maritime law, and all that started, and they started strong arming the people.
Yeah. So, and then in 1873, Congress demonetized silver. They said that they shouldn't have two types of metals.
And it was, well, you're told that it was Congress, but because at that point the corrupt Constitution was created the prior year, if you read it, it's because silver and gold have to go to the crown, and then which goes to the Vatican. Yep. The timing of it's all lined up together. And so when E.F. Baum wrote this, it was right at that time. It came out in 1873. I think he was well aware of what was happening.
And I love the way he snuck it in a story.
Yeah.
So in they passed the Bland-Allison Act, the Congress did. And then they passed the Sherman Act, where they were putting silver on the side, were benefiting the silver miners or the gold. Congress had, and then, do you know in this time, I'm getting reverb. Okay.
Just you.
I got too excited. Hold on.
There's two of her talking.
During this time.
She's in stereo.
I am. Anyway, in 1873, they had people, they told them they were conspiracy theorists at that time.
Of course. Yeah, the term conspiracy theorist has been around for a very, very long time. Anytime somebody started pointing fingers at the corrupt government, oh, that's just a conspiracy.
Well, Congress Act, the conspiracy theorists, people thought Congress had been, this is amazing. And let me tell you where I found this one. I found this on a YouTube channel called Dollars and Debt.
Dollars in debt.
And it says the story of money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is the populist movement, the real story behind the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And on the 17th minute, it said the people believe that Congress has been bribed by the cabal of globalist Jewish bankers.
Ooh, the Khazarians.
Who'd have thunk it that it circled back?
The Jews
Yeah.
would say that they're Jews, but are not.
It's
Well,
right.
yeah,
And that's the good book says that this is the same synagogue of Satan that they talk about in Revelation.
Yeah, and you guys understand that when we say Jews, we're not talking about the Jews,
Not the
religion.
true Jewish
We're talking
people.
about the
Yeah,
cabal who said they picked the religion. Yeah, so that's all I got.
Yeah. It was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's another conspiracy theory that Glinda the Good Witch is actually the evil witch, that there's a story because there's 4 witches altogether.
Yeah.
That you only hear about 3 of them. Now,
Which witch is she? Because
which witch?
which witch? Because
Glinda from the north.
the north. Okay.
Right, and then the Wicked Witch of the West.
West is the
They
green
were
one.
sisters.
The one from the east is the one with the ruby red shoes under the house that got smashed. That's from the east. But who's the one from the south?
They had a border back then.
Did they?
Oh, she wasn't allowed to come in because there was a border.
Oh.
They had a yellow brick wall.
It was a bruja.
Okay.
Okay, well, what they said was of the north and the east were considered the populist rich people, and the west was the farmers, the poor people. So I
Mhm.
wonder if that's like you're saying the story Wicked, that was actually the good witch.
Yeah. Well, they did make one that's a prequel that kind of tells the story. And of course, Wicked, that's how it all happens. But there's a conspiracy that Glinda was actually the evil one and wanted to control the Munchkins and have all the power. So she manipulates Dorothy into killing the other witches.
Yeah.
So by the time she leaves, she's got full control.
Well, that's called MK. Okay, so we got MK Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Because what she said at the end to Dorothy was,
You've always had the power. When she's taking the wand over her brain, it's like, you've always had the power. And I'm like, that's not creepy at all now that we know what we know. Yeah.
But not only that, why didn't you tell her that in the beginning?
Exactly.
Wait for her to do all that. So
Because I need her to do my dirty work.
and all you needed was water.
Yeah. That's still an ongoing joke in the summertime when the kids splash me from the pool or whatever. I'll start going, I'm melting. It's funny. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Just hit my head. Watch the water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Are we ready to do some questions?
Let's do one thing first before we do questions.
Oh, one
And
thing?
I do have coffee. What?
Okay. Is this thing we're about to do legal?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Everybody has to dance around.
Uh-oh.
Pants? No
No.
pants?
Was coming in Kentucky without pants.
December's Reading with Jen giveaway.
Yep.
Ooh.
Pick a number between 1 and 50.
I can too.
Whoever gets the closest or on the money, the first one.
Who hasn't had a reading with me before?
And who hasn't had a reading, yes.
Okay, then I am allowed to do it. That's so funny, Linda.
Why, is that the one you wanted?
That's the one I got before her. So if I get it, she can have it. And nobody picked the low numbers. Pick low numbers.
They're trying to read King's brain. I know. I'm smart. I don't go in there. Mm-mm.
Oh no.
You don't want to see what's in my brain.
Yeah, and if you pick a number, it might say BC in front of it. So
Jules says if she wins, she'll donate it.
It says it. Well, inside my brain says out to lunch.
Be back in 15. You ever see when they say be back in 15, they never put the time that they started that?
Okay, you can only put the number in once. No fair. Keep putting in new numbers.
Yep. The first one you put in is all you get. You don't get to put in 5,000 different numbers.
Okay. 10, 9, 8,
Second, guys.
7, 6, 5, 51, 4, 3, 2, 1. The closest one is really
the redheaded stepchild needs to behave himself. Get in the corner.
Well, Nadia.
Nadia got it.
The number is 49. She got 48. That's the closest. She's the first one to get close to it. Linda was.
Well, I said I'll give it to Linda since she had it too. That's what I said.
Well, you can split it.
Ooh, 15 minutes.
Yeah, Joe had 50. Yep.
Oh, it's a split.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Well, 48 and 50.
Should we flip?
Yeah, they can split 15 minutes.
Now let's see. Between the three of you.
No, it's okay.
Okay, between the two of them.
Heads or tails?
What's another number?
Between Linda and Joe Petrie.
Yes.
Not Father of Wands because I had to.
No, not Father of Wands.
No, he's in the corner.
All right, between Linda and
Joe Petrie.
Heads or tails? Let's go.
Okay.
No.
Carolyn, I meant 49. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you want to do heads or tails? I can do heads or tails.
Joe wrote tails.
Yep. Joe says tails. Okay.
Okay, if Joe wants tails, we'll see.
Okay, Linda.
It is. Wait,
Heads.
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 So that would be
Linda.
Linda.
Listen, Linda.
December.
Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. Okay. Linda, just email me and I will get you scheduled in December for your reading.
Yeah.
I do want to briefly, before we start questions, Monday, we're going to have Roundtable. It's usually my solo, but I've been having these guys come on because it's just more fun that way. These guys are coming on, but Elisa Sayoni is going to be joining the Roundtable Monday at 1:00. So
Nice.
we'll be talking about, we'll answer more questions about humanitarian and med beds, getting an update. And she's really good about explaining how the off-worlders are involved with this and kind of the process. So she has committed to us on Monday.
Nice.
Right? All right. And then after Monday, I will not see you till December the 2nd. I'm taking the rest of the week off because Lee has the rest of the week off and it's Thanksgiving and we've got family time.
It's Thanksgiving.
And I cannot start until the 1st of December.
Which is Sunday. And
Yeah.
then I'll have a show on Monday the 2nd. So, yep. Okay. So after today, we'll do a show on Monday and then y'all take a vacation.
Yay!
Yep.
Well, what will I ever do with myself?
Please don't let us know.
You can, make sure it's legal.
I just found out that, you remember I was telling you about Hawaii? It's going to be in March. I thought it was going to be in January. So
Oh,
I'm going to Hawaii is in March.
okay. A lot of updates came out yesterday. And Joe Petrie, thank you for sending me that video that Sky put out on the med beds. Very interesting. So we kind of got an update on that. It doesn't have to. We don't have to wait on the RV, but the RV is imminent. I mean, they're right there. So we're just kind of waiting. Just say it already. Yeah.
Yeah, I started to watch.
I have to move from Campbell's to Progressive.
You know,
Yeah, you should have. Progressive goes further.
I'm using family size generic store brand at this point. I'm going to start kicking my coffee cans. I got more of those than anything.
No, not the coffee can.
They're empty.
Yeah, I know.
They're empty. I promise. Okay. All right. King, you go ahead and start with your coffee, and then I'll jump to my coffee.
All righty then.
We're going
Let's
to-
refresh where we go.
Let me see what
Okay, I got 15 of them. All right. No, actually, I've got 3.
I'm just going to take a nap. Wow. Okay.
Let me make my
I
phone
got
call.
3. First one's from Sharon.
Okay.
Does Spirit have a message for me from my father or late husband? Sure feel them around me lately. Thanks and blessings. Yes.
Because they're excited for the times we're in right now.
Mhm.
They're our biggest cheerleaders.
Okay, who asked that question? I wanted to know what island I'm going on, Lisa. I'm going to Wakoloa.
Wakaloa?
Wakaloa.
Waka
Do they
waka.
spell Kalua?
Waka Waka.
Waka Waka Kalua.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Oh, cool, Lisa.
They're definitely around you, mainly when you're meditating or praying. They come in. This is a father figure. He's just saying he loves you.
Yeah, he's around you all the time.
Yeah. There is a little bit of a warning here that he wants you to know. Beware of people that are tricking you and giving you a hard time. They're very secretive. So this can be spiritual battle. Be very careful. So he's coming around as a protector.
Yeah, they're playing with her emotions, her heart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're ready for the next.
Yep.
Marcy. Are there dinosaurs in Africa? And the negative ones have them hidden. Thanks, y'all.
So can you repeat that?
Yeah.
Are there dinosaurs in Africa? And the negative ones have them hidden.
Oh, like real life Jurassic Park, and that's why they did the movie kind of thing?
Yes.
Hmm.
I actually saw one on a video. Looked awful real to me from one of those cameras they put out in the forest.
Yeah.
Looked pretty alive to me. Looked like a, I don't know, one of those
Are there dragons?
Bronchiosaurus or whatever.
I'm getting stronger on dragon. And I want to ask one more question. Are there dinosaurs off on an island off of Africa?
Yeah, I'm getting a yes to that.
Ugh.
And off an island, not Africa itself. What you get? You got reptilians?
No, there are. Okay, so here's your Jurassic Park doors. Remember?
Yeah.
This is real. They use it for hunting parties for littles.
Well, to clean it up, fix it up. But it's an island. It's not on the Africa itself. It's off of it on an island.
Yeah, that's what I was getting as well.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Madagascar, would it? It's got to be a small island.
It's an island.
Small island.
This is one of their, it's kind of like a Bohemian Grove feel to it.
Yeah,
Does that
it's a
make sense?
nefarious who purchased an island, almost like
It would be nice if they just called the nefarious ones off planet or whatever, or just
Okay.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Betts wrote Bird's Island.
Birds Island?
Yeah, let me see off of Africa.
Well, dinosaurs are birds, so.
There are. That's why I like the blue herring. It reminds me of those big
Pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Well, they're all over the pond.
I'm coming. Watch them disappear. As soon as I get there, there will not be one there. Jed's like, go.
Shoo, go away.
And they don't go away, and she gives Nadia a call so Nadia can drive up there and shoo them away.
Run, Bluey, run! Okay.
Yeah, they're all called Forest over there. She tells them.
Bird Island, yes. It says yes, but there's a different name. That like they have their own name for this. Like it's not, I don't think it's available to the public.
Yeah, it's a private owner.
Oh, no, hookah.
Ooh, like, bless you. Okay.
And one last question.
Okay.
Ga King, I'm assuming
Good
that means
afternoon.
Georgia. Oh, good. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You and I
Tomorrow is my older sister's.
I have an 18-year-old who translates. Okay.
Oh, good. I need one then. Tomorrow is my older sister's Chris' heavenly birthday. Does she have anything to tell me?
Okay.
No. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. No.
Oh.
Yes.
Y'all keep my dad in your prayers today. He's having a heart ultrasound and cath today.
Yes, we will. Give me 1 second, though.
She's coming in and she leaves you gifts. Okay. So she comes in between different densities. She's always in and out, but she leaves. The Knight of Cups to me is always someone who leaves little things around, little subtle hints.
Look for coins and feathers.
Yeah, definitely coins. When you are feeling sad or when you think of her, this is when she comes around. So when your heart is breaking, that's when she really comes in because she's hoping that her healing energy will balance you out a little bit better. Yeah, there's emphasizing on please look for the gifts that I give. And to keep going forward, keep moving forward on your journey, but look for all these little gifts. She's leaving little things all over the place. And even if it's like a piece of fuzz, she's laying it strategically in your house. So just kind of pay attention.
For every lint that you find in your belly button.
There you
it's a
go.
sign from her. That's it for me. On the coffees.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, the
yes.
other name of Bird Island, could it be Canary Island? It just hit my head when you said that's another name. I wonder if it's
Is there multiple Canary Islands?
There's one by Sierra Leone.
Because they're showing me multiples.
Could be. I think there's a Canary Island in the Pacific.
Okay. All right. So that's all your coffees?
Yep.
All right. So I'll jump over here to mine.
Still haven't gotten my cream yet.
Uh-oh. They're sold out.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Miss Charlotte says, my dog Scrappy is sick. I have a vet appointment in a few hours. Please do a pull on Scrappy. Is he going to be okay? Okay.
And that's from whom? Who is that from?
Charlotte.
Okay. You'll be okay. Nothing to worry about.
This is unnecessary worry. There is an underlying issue here that the vet will find. But this is a good outcome. This is a good outcome. Curious to know, I'm going to ask Pendulum what it is. I don't know why they keep showing me his stomach.
I'm going to close questions. You still
Okay.
got 13 left. And we're already at an hour and 6 minutes.
Wow, we busy bees today.
Yeah, Burger. We might have to keep Nadia, Oz, from going anywhere for a while.
Yeah, it's spelling out stomach. They kept showing me his tummy. So it's stomach related. I don't know what that means. But
Could have
okay.
picked up something. Snacked on something you shouldn't have.
Okay. Next question from the coffee page is from Sherry. Are diamonds of a much lower value than market? It is said they are in abundance. Yeah, especially in Africa.
Yes, I get a strong yes, they are.
Will other precious and semi-precious stones go up in value when this is realized? Like, are they being suppressed? It's kind of like silver. I think they probably, anything that comes from Gaia that's natural and precious stone and metal, I think is going to go up, but I'll pull cards on it.
Okay, are diamonds, what was it?
Are they a much lower value than market? It said that they're in abundance. It's not like they're rare. Look at the Congo. I mean, they are so rich in diamond mines down there.
Mm-hmm.
So are they inflating the price because they say that they're rare?
Oh, that's a true yes. A big yes.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, the Canary Islands is a chain of islands. Yeah, they were showing me multiples, but it's one of them that they have got reserved for their lizards.
That's why I'm thinking that Branson guy from Virgin Airlines.
Richard.
Yeah. But I don't know where his island actually is.
It's not far from Epstein. All around that area. Anuba or whatever.
Okay, so the prices of the other precious metals is going to go up. They are suppressing this right now. There's your high priestess. They're guarding it. Like they don't want, they get them and then they tell you, oh, they're not worth anything. But the diamonds, absolutely. This is going to, they're facing judgment for this. For jacking the prices up on diamonds. They're not actually as rare and precious as they say. But this is the slave system they use to get it. I get that they're showing me they're hoarding them.
Yeah, they're hoarding them. I got a big yes, and they're hoarding them underground.
Yeah, they're in Gaia.
Yeah, they're hoarding it underground. Let me just say something with people that wear diamonds, real diamonds. Periodically take them and cleanse them, either in the ground or on your altar where selenite is. It absorbs, and so if you notice the diamond is flat on the top and pointed on the bottom, so it causes negative, dirty energy to go through your body.
Mm-hmm.
So always cleanse your.
Does that happen with zirconium also?
No, I don't think Zirconians they're not real, right?
No,
Or is
they're
it just a bad cut?
They're just fake.
Yeah, but because of the way it's pointed at the bottom, if it's open, the energy can go through that diamond and amplify in you.
We need to start requesting sharp, pointy diamonds.
Facing the other way.
Exactly. That would really.
Ooh.
Can you imagine hitting somebody with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain goes to violence. Okay.
I know. I noticed that.
Okay.
We've been meaning to talk to you.
I know. Okay, Colleen, I just heard that Scott Bennett, USA Army spec officer, whistleblower, passed away. Is this true or just a way to release incriminating documents?
Thank you, Sherry, for the creamer. See, she found a place for me.
That bandit really passed away. That's good. I don't think they want to tell me. Is he being?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but there's something more to it. It's like they're.
I'm getting a strong yes.
You're getting a strong yes?
Yes, he did pass away.
Scott Bennett passed away.
And it was nefarious. The way it happened.
This was ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a contract hit.
Mm-hmm.
But he has returned to his heavenly realm. These are 210s, so his life did come to a completion, but he's happy on the other side.
He'll be fighting from the other side.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, can't stop us all.
All right, Miss Mary, my youngest sister that was homeless last year has received an eviction notice. Did SS really only send a partial monthly check, or did she buy drugs with it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's stopped. The questions are stopped, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a Vippy then.
Sorry, I just frogged myself.
A pendulum is saying she bought drugs.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
But was it a partial monthly payment, I wonder? Yeah, it was a partial monthly payment as well. She used it to buy drugs with.
She's got to hit rock bottom in order for her to see where she goes. So maybe the eviction could have her go through to a rehab.
Yeah, that she did only get a partial payment, but this is what caused her that anxiety set in, and that's what made her go and get the drugs. It was a trigger for her. Okay.
Okay, can I do a real quick Vippy?
It's a drive-by Vippy.
Okay, here we go.
You're from Chicago. I'm ducking.
Speaking of,
Vippy number 2.
I shot 3 times on my way here. It's these stones, and they did damage my front window. So I asked, please put a bubble around me.
Were they rolling?
Yeah, well, that one was so loud that my ear rang.
Wow.
Okay. So I thought
Rolling Stones is trying to stone her. Okay.
I was trying to get stoned, and I didn't let them do that.
Well,
okay,
then you need to drink wet cement.
Question is, I was sent something, and I mentioned it to you, Dennis, before by Gene Decode, and he was discussing something. And this is the thing about you guys learning discernment, because what they will give you is maybe partial truth or truth for them, but it's not truth for everybody. And I'll tell you what he said, guys. He mentioned on the 7th minute, or something like that.
17th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 17th minute, that Trump when he got shot in his ear, Leviticus said that the high priestess will have a mark on his ear, show his blood, bend down on his knees, and have his shoes off, and he will rise and become the high priest. So I said, oh, well, it did happen. There's a possibility. So what you have to do, guys, is go through other forms of information. So I went on Leviticus to see if I could find it. I
Mhm.
didn't find anything like that.
Okay. So what you really want to study is the book of Judges and go in and read how Jehu actually took over. That is the Trump story.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Jehu is the one that overthrew Jezebel.
What book is that from?
Judges.
Oh, Judges? Oh, I don't know the Bible.
It's after Leviticus.
Oh, it's after Leviticus. Okay. So he said it was Leviticus, so that's why I went through it. And
Yeah.
yeah, so when he rose, he was considered a high priest. So I asked if it was a truth for him, and yes, it was truth for him.
Yeah. Now, and we were also told, Kim Clement told us that he wouldn't go into the White House as a praying man, but he would find God while he was there. And I think that was a huge God moment for him. But anything that Rabbi Jonathan Cahn, when he started, after he did all his Harbinger series, pay attention to what he's talking about of Jehu and the story and how he overthrew the witch. So, Jezebel.
And the witch that was
Me.
Not you.
That name was gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Hillary.
And also the story of
spirit
Cyrus.
Jezebel.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Cyrus. So you can study that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
It was sent to me to see it, and I promised I did, and I did do some research, and so I want to use your discernment, guys. Try to find the information.
Okay, I'm going to do this since Wings reminded me. Jules, Wings is on your side. Okay, I'm going to present this. It is a picture that Jules sent, and she says, please tell her, what is this cloud?
Where is it? Those
This,
going up, or
yeah, looks like a smokestack.
Looks like a snake to me.
it's going up, or
A cobra.
let me enlarge it. Oh wow, interesting. Is it showing us something under the water? It almost looks like a seahorse going from under the water.
I'm getting that it's connected to the mountains in the back.
That piece in the middle? Are we looking at the same thing?
Oh.
The squiggly line.
Or could it be an eye? A reptilian type eye.
You're looking with the sun to make it look like an eye?
No, I'm looking at the what I thought was a cobra.
Wow, there's so
in
much.
The center of what is shaped, the clear part is shaped like an eye.
There is so much in these clouds.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stories going on here.
The Eye of Horus.
Or it could be the pineal gland, or it could be
I'm getting Eye of Horus.
Okay, there is some work going on. Okay, so Jules, overall, it represents bad guys. Okay.
I see them.
This is it's a contractual thing. Something's being held up in those mountains. This is the energy. It's like the energy coming off of the mountain. Something's being held in those mountains.
Yeah.
Okay. And this says Mr. T is working on this. So something positive is going on with the off-worlders. Yes, I just saw that.
It's off to the left of the screen. There's a little dot there, that one, but Yes.
Interesting. Final card I pulled is the Fool card. Very interesting deck that they told me to use for this one. That there's a lot of movement going on in and out of those mountains. It almost looks like that cloud, like coming out of the mountains. The Fool is about movement. So, Jules, what's in the background there, love?
What mountain?
Ruby Mountains. Well, there's something going on. Oh, base card. Pages, and it's a pentacle, so Earth, and it's in Gaia. Pages in the mountains in Gaia. There's a battle going on there, it seems like. This is energy of some kind coming out of those mountains. The dragons are protecting the mountains. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, but what are you trying to say? It's a female energy.
Yeah, the Empress came into the reading, so yeah. The rubies actually rumble. Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on in those mountains. Katrina says she saw the same thing in Truckee this morning. Wow. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, Moon. Will a missile from Russia take out the White House down D.C. before making it so a new White House is built in another state? That is a good theory because now they could use that as an excuse or cover story for the rods of God, but I don't know. Let's see.
I'm not getting Russia doing anything with the White House.
No, not at all. But was that a real missile that was fired?
I'm not buying any of the crap.
No,
No,
I think it's old footage. That's what first thing I saw was old footage.
Now they could use that as a cover story, as a scare event kind of thing.
Well, the White House will be built in another state. And the current White House will be destroyed by a rod of God.
Right. First of all, they're letting us know that Putin and Trump, they're working together. So these are good guys, and this is a plan of action. This is hope and optimism. This is a fear tactic. The Two of Swords is always fear of the unknown. They need that loosh. They're trying to scare the crap out of people.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just information that they're putting out there. We have nothing to worry about. But this does represent in the future there'll be a new White House.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to take it out with a missile.
Can you imagine the emotion of people if a Russian missile did not the rods of God, but they said it's from Russia? I don't think it would be helping us with the
No, it's not, because it's going to be Red Dawn all over again.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. That's what the agenda was, but I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
It's what they wanted.
Yeah. Miss Mary, my adopted kitty, Kiki, has not eaten her food in over a week. She will only eat treats. Is she in the process of transitioning, please? And thank you.
Treats.
I'm getting yes.
What's bothering you? It's got a stomach problem.
There's something in that food that does not agree with her, so you might want to consider changing her food. Yes, she's in the middle of transitioning, but there's something wrong with the food that's making it worse.
If it's wet food, try dry food. Because sometimes the wet food causes an irritated stomach.
Okay. Here we go. 17. Is Manhattan the Emerald City? No, DC is the Emerald City.
Well, but I believe in Wiz. Yeah, I think Wiz, it was Manhattan in the movie Wiz.
Seattle.
That's was.
Is.
I
Is.
thought he said Cialis there for a minute. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Right.
We're not talking about a second Washington Monument, all right?
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Oh, my.
Wow. There's a Friday image for you. Okay.
Well, you said no pants.
No. Okay. Did the farmers have anything to do with Oz in 1890? Well, I think when Baum wrote the book, well, let's just ask if the farmers influenced Baum when he wrote the story.
Yes. Strong yes.
Wow. Absolutely. It represents just this is the life of the farmers basically off the backs of the people, and this is the dirty tricks of the government and how they've in contracts basically. Yeah. So the Baum knew the story of the farmers and that straw man theory. So yeah.
You know, they should do a movie of after Dorothy came back home, because her Auntie M was the farmers. They were farmers. If
Right.
changing what Oz was,
Mm.
if it changed what the farmers, they got paid money.
Well, the only thing they show at the end of the movie is that she's laying in bed and she wakes up and she goes, "Oh, I had the craziest dream. You were there, and you were there." Yeah, it's
Yeah, but it would be cool to see. She gets out of bed and she notices that Auntie M has a very nice looking house and this and that.
oh yeah,
That the Congress or government got taken care of. That would be
right.
a cool.
All right. I'm looking at timestamps here, and I have one out of order, so I'm going to move it to the top. Miss Kathy says, "Why were the flying monkeys so horrific?" That's just to portray, like a lot of these movies, it's always good versus evil. So they have to have little minions that work for the evil side. Look at any movie that's good versus evil. That's what you've got. You've got a boss and you've got minions.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think that was Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the president or the wicked witch or whoever got a spell on everyone, and then you have the wicked Congress underneath them. All right. Joby has this one. My stepfather was talking about mom wanting to separate and move out.
She's still angry.
Oh wait. This is, I think it's continuing. My stepfather was talking about mom wanting to separate and move away. I'm kind of not able to believe that. Does this matter have any truth?
She's just using it as anger because
No,
he's
I'm getting a no.
you. That's why I'm laughing. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, Joby.
It could be a
it's-
knee-jerk reaction.
No, she found out. I think she found out your stepdad was talking to you, and said if you talk to her, I'm leaving. She's just still hot under the collar.
Be patient. This is just one of those. It's just a hiccup in the marriage, basically. Just hit a hard spot. He has the loving energy here. This is the dark side is coming from your mom, but this is just a story. It's a distraction to get a knee-jerk reaction out of you. So just say, well, I hope everything works out for you, and just leave it alone.
Joby, I wish you would have asked this question on Wednesday. I would have said whatever. That's what you should say.
Yeah.
Whatever, because they're just she's trying to get you.
Yeah. All right, Miss Mary, I purchased a leather journal from Oprah 20 years ago. Is the leather used made from nefarious material? Well, how expensive was it? Because they charge a pretty penny for those. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah,
Is
made
it?
in China. This leather book nefarious material.
I'm getting yes.
Yes, me too. Huh. Maybe she's got the book from Harry Potter. Oh, wow. Okay, wait. Something else is coming through.
This just in.
It's just it.
Yes, pages.
Wow.
This comes from a group that she's had in limbo, stuck somewhere. Yeah, they're used. Wow.
Oh, no.
Should she burn it?
I would do okay. When I say a ritual, I wouldn't suggest it's not a ritual, but please say I'm releasing and release and apologize that you were not aware of it, and then burn it.
Release the energy of how it
Exactly.
was made and send love into it, and then then you can dispose of it.
Yes.
It's kind of what the energy from it needs closure. It needs
Yes.
kind words to be sent off. So yeah.
And you can also ask Archangel Michael to come and help you release it.
Yeah.
He'll take them back.
Right. Who let you out of the corner? And we have a time frame of how long as of right now? Do we have to buy the Zims and dinars before the RV? Yes, you do. Tell Wings I think he's cool like me.
Well, there's
In the
a
corner.
matter of opinion, I think.
The like me, not the Wings is cool.
Wings
Wings
goes.
is always cool, yes.
Wings is cool.
Okay.
Me, on the other hand.
Just closed 5 minutes ago. Sorry.
So Regina asked this morning after the morning video, will Zim be available after the first week of December? And it said yes, because I asked after the first of December, and I said, "Can you give me, as of right now, an approximate cutoff?" And they said December the 8th. So that gives you 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait though, because
I
you
wouldn't
got
either.
supply. If supplies go, it goes.
Yeah. And then getting the updates this morning. I mean, this thing has never been so close before. Just the med beds alone, getting the confirmation. Now they don't have to wait on the RV, because before we were going to have to wait.
Progressive cans.
So you got a couple of more weeks, and that was the energy that I pulled this morning.
Yeah, things can change if you're waiting for.
Yeah.
I mean, like we mentioned, if you even get the smaller denomination, just to get your foot in the door,
Yeah.
and then you got the rest of us to help.
Yep. Miss Patty, I have a client that I had to call ambulance for yesterday. Can you give me a read on what's going to happen with him? He is not well. Okay. Wow. Wings just kept doing this.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
I agree. You are not well.
Okay, that one I gotta hand it.
Okay.
That was awesome.
I see how it is. Okay.
Right.
His heart. He's got heart issues. Is this from Jabberdoos? Yes. Myocarditis.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's in a lot right here.
Yep. He's got major heart issues.
But I'm getting he will survive. It's going to take.
I have that he will survive, but he'll need surgery.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for him to recover.
Yeah.
And that is
Thank
common
you.
for a lot of them who had the jabberdoos.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Pete Ross. I live my sense of humor too.
He lived.
Ah. Okay. Watch this. Look at this.
What am I wearing?
Handcuffs in the corner. And that is not kinky.
I'm getting a yes.
A tank top
No.
with shorts.
Black and white striped jail suit or orange. You take your pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
orange is the new black.
Orange, it'll match your hair.
Sandals.
I heard shorts.
You're
Yeah.
actually wearing a birthday suit.
I heard shorts, so I don't know. We'll see.
Shorts.
Maybe we don't want to know. Okay. Marcy, my mom had that triple bypass, now has to get an implant in heart called Watchman in December. Will all go well.
Watchman.
Watchman? What is it? A tracking device?
No, I think it's
The cassette
heart.
player.
I think
Oh,
it's half heart, half machine, like a pump. Let's get the thing what it is because let's finish first.
Implant in the heart and not a
Called Watchman. Well, everything
pacemaker.
This says it will go well.
Yeah, let me see what Watchman is.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah,
Watchman, they really truly are putting a ticker in her ticker. Okay.
it's not Timex. It's Watch.
A man thong.
We do not need visuals, okay? Let's go into this weekend.
Too bad we
with
can't put pictures in the chat, you know?
No, I know. I want to go into the weekend with not those nasty images in my head, okay? We're going to end this show on a good note. Oh, my
The Watchman
goodness.
implant is a safe, minimally invasive one-time implant for people with non-valvular atrial fibrillation
AFib,
that
yeah.
reduces your stroke risk.
Okay.
There you go. Meanwhile, back in Oz,
No, you're not getting any cards for your question. I can't imagine what deck I would have to use to figure out what he's wearing. Oh my goodness.
That's not the one with the nude women in it. That's
there you go.
The naked woman in the bubble.
yeah.
Tarot of Dreams is the Eight of Swords.
Yes. That's
Moon and people. That would make sense. Okay. Okay. That is all of the questions. I'm going to refresh this coffee page.
Yep, me too.
And that's all I have.
I'm good.
Well, okay, let's just do prayers now. And just everybody pray for everybody who's going through surgery, who's ill, for Jen's father.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody send out this for Jen because I saw her do this. for Cialis. Especially for father of ones.
He's determined to outgrow his mankini. Okay.
So, Father, let's please
Wow.
and ask for a speedy recovery for all these people who
Those
are needing healing, and for the families who are going through witnessing their healing.
And their pets.
And their pets. Yes. Thank you, Father. And the baby's mom, too.
Okay.
Joe's
sister.
Joe's sister?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, prayer for Joe's sister. Anybody else want to write anything? So, and then we can just do a complete prayer. Okay. All right. Bye. I'll stay in the Tucky for a little bit.
Let's send her back out into the field to report.
Yes,
things.
you've got to get rid of the what is it, the herons?
You better leave them alone. Bluey and his family don't hurt anybody.
No, but that's my favorite bird, and I see him in
and they
I
see
take
you
pictures
coming and they
and
fly away.
Ireland, and she's always like, Okay, so I see that, and then you will say there's like a swarm of turkeys, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see that. Nothing. I see.
Yeah, then we get to see the big buck walking through and the doe and the babies and you name it, we have it. We have all kinds of critters.
Yes, thank you. Also, well, let's send out a prayer for people who are struggling with substance abuse too.
Hmm.
So there are a lot of young adults who are hiding their spirituality in substance abuse because they can't deal with it either.
Yeah.
So let's just ask for them to have divine clarity
And the
Yes.
strength.
and the strength. Stand up.
I pray for Mr. King of Wands and his wardrobe choices. Okay.
I pray for him to have wardrobe.
He's gonna spend so much time in the corner. I'm gonna get him a cushion. Get him a lazy boy. He can sit there.
Okay. Love you guys.
All right, guys. I will see everyone on Monday. Y'all have a blessed weekend, and Elisa will join the roundtable.
And I
So
will
if you've got
see
questions
you
about med
soon.
beds or humanitarian, bring them.
Write them down.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Is it time for a nap, Lion?
It is.
Okay.
Bye.
Love ya. All right, guys. Great show. Thanks for joining us. Hope you got some good information on behind the scenes of Oz. Okay. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday. All right. Love y'all.